Okay, people who need their problems to be solved, who want something to be solved, you know. So those are the kind of prospects to identify. So we'll continue from there today. The second example says the yellow pages. The yellow pages, this is another example of places where you can find good prospects. So the yellow pages are an excellent source of prospects for several reasons. First, it is expensive to advertise in the yellow pages. Advertisers, therefore, obviously have money to spend to improve their businesses. Second, you must plan yellow pages advertising a year in advance and pay for it on a monthly basis. This requires good planning and a long-term commitment to succeeding in the business. Companies that advertise in the yellow pages, especially those with larger insertions, are obviously aggressive about growing their businesses. Because of this, they probably have a variety of other needs as well. When you have sold your product or service to a particular company in a specific industry, turn to the yellow pages and get the names of all the other companies in the same industry. If one company has been able to take advantage of the benefits of your offering, other companies in the same business may be able to take advantage of it as well. Take your yellow pages and begin phoning each company. Ask for the decision maker for your product and tell him or her that you are already doing work in their industry. Tell them you have an idea that could help them. Ask for a few minutes of their time. Go and see them and show them what you have already done for another similar organization. Many salespeople have built their careers by selling to and dominating a specific industry niche. And the more you sell in a particular industry, the more of an expert you become on the specific needs of their particular industry. The yellow pages can get you started. Business publications. Business publications are some of the best condensed sources of prospects ever produced. There are business journals and newspapers in virtually every major city in America. These publications regularly have specific editions that list the community's 25 or 50 largest companies in a specific industry. They have annual edition that lists prospects for every conceivable product or service. Almost every article they publish is about a local business or business person who is on the move. Their editorials are often full of advice, comments, and ideas that are of interest to business people. If you sell to businesses, you should subscribe your local business publications immediately. You should read every single page the day you receive it. You should make notes on every business that might have a need for what you're selling. You should be fast off the mark and immediately telephone each company that looks like a potential customer. Many salespeople make their entire career by following up on the stories, advertisements, and listening in their local business publications. Often, you can write articles for your local business publications. This should describe how your product or service solve a common business problem or help companies achieve a common business goal. You may not get paid for the article, but you can include your name, address, and company. This will often cause prospects to come to you. You can then use reprints of these articles as part of your sales materials and accompany your correspondence. When you become known as an authority in your field, prospects will be much more open to consulting with you for their business needs. You should also subscribe to magazines like Forbes, Fortune, and Business Week. This not only gives you specific information on individual companies and industries, but they give you a broad approach to the economy and to industry segments as a whole. They enable you to converse intelligently and understand your customer situation in great depth. They are read and reviewed by most of the highest paid salespeople in America. Trade publication and directories. Another source of prospect is trade magazines aimed at people in the industry to which you want to sell. If you want to sell to a specific industry, go to your local library and ask the librarian to give you the periodical index. This book lists all the magazines offered for sales in the United States by subject, categories, and topics. Find the name of the most popular publication in your prospect industry and subscribe to them. When you get them, read the lead editorials and the major stories. This will keep you current with the major trends in that industry and enable you to speak knowledgeably about your prospect's business when you talk to him. Other companies that sell to that particular industry will advertise in these trade publications. These advertisements will give you a sense of how to position your product or service when you talk to your prospect. They will alert you to the problem and concerns of the people in the industry and give you the kind of language that you should be using in your prospecting and selling activities with people in the industry. As Yogi Berra once said, you can observe a lot just by looking. Your local library will also have business directories. These directories break the companies in your market area down by industry and give pertinent details regarding to sales volume, history of the company, key executive, numbers of staff and offices, and a good deal of additional information that can help you determine what kind of a prospect a particular company might be. There is nothing so flattering to a prospect as a salesperson who comes in having done his homework and who obviously knows a good deal about the company already. If you're selling to a person in a company who belongs to an association, see if you can borrow or purchase the association's directory that gives names, address, companies, and positions of all other members. Once you've sold one market of an association, you find it easier to call on every other member of that same association in your territory. It is easier to get referrals, appointments, and opportunities to sell when someone with whom the prospect has something in common has already bought from you. For example, if you are selling to legal administrators of law firms, you will get the membership directories of all the legal administrators of all the larger law firms in your market area. Having sold effectively to one member, you could then call on every other member using your initial sales success as a point of reference. Whenever you sell anything to anyone, be sure to ask the customer if he or she belongs to any business organization or associations. If the customer answers in the affirmative, ask if you can borrow the membership list and perhaps even get a testimonial letter that you could use to open doors to other members. Your local library will also probably have a copy of the US Industrial Outlook, which contains information on 250 industries. Look through these and take photocopies of the relevant data plus information on the companies that compete with your prospect company. Your product or service is a solution to a problem that a company has, whether it is aware of it or not. Your job is to uncover the problems. A major problem that every company has is its competitors. Competitors determine the strategy of the company, its volume of sales, its sales margin, its level of profitability, and many other things. The more you understand about the competitive situation that your prospect company is facing, the more authoritative you will be when you eventually sit down with your decision makers. Okay, so this is your stuff for our reading today. Still talking about telling us more or giving us more examples of where you can find your prospects. I'm not exactly sure of what a yellow page is, but I guess it is kind of like a newspaper where you get details, contact address of a specific company or a particular company that you're looking for, and you feel that they will be good prospects, and you really want to get in touch with their executive to market yourself and know what they will say about your product and service, and also market your product and services to them. So it is another intelligent way, another excellent source of getting prospects. Although it is a bit expensive, but it helps you to improve your business by giving you connections or companies or organizations that use your product and service, or the products and services will be able to solve their problems. Then the next one says business publications. I really don't know about any business magazine or business publication in Nigeria, but here it's actually talking about the ones in the US. So business publications is another way where you can get prospects. This is where you actually see sources of every kind of products and services. There are also business journals and newspapers and magazines where you see people that you can reach out to, that you know that your product and services will serve better. Okay. Then trade publications and directories. These are trade magazines. This trade magazine offers what you find inside are names of popular prospects or popular industries in your city or in your town, major trends in your city or in your town, where you can find companies to sell to an industries that you can sell to. Give an example of selling to a legal firm, but you have to identify your market. In all these magazines, there are different kind of industries. Either you're selling to medical people, or you're selling to a law firm, or you're selling to supermarket, or you're selling whatever you're doing. In all these publications, you're going to get exactly what you want and be able to reach out to them. And once you've completed your sales with one person or with one industry, their testimonials can also help to refer you to other people, other executives in different industries, so that would want to use your product and services. So that's just a brief explanation on what we've just read this morning on sources of prospects. Thank you.
Thank you.